Oh, for sure. There's some girl right now in America who dreamed of being a professional, who dreamed of being an academic, who dreamed of being a business owner, who dreamed of being a doctor, but she's sitting somewhere in, I don't know, Illinois or in Nebraska or wherever else right now, mulling over whether or not she should just take her clothes off on the internet to survive financially. This is what you did to your people. There's some guy probably in one of the urban centers looking in the window of a department store, looking at some electronic goods that he can't afford to buy, and thinking to himself, well, maybe next time there's a riot. Maybe next time there's a riot, because looting is the only way he's ever going to be able to get his hands on that item, because he'll never be able to afford it. Everybody is scamming everybody in that country. You know it and I know it. Everyone is scamming everyone because that whole system is built on scamming. That whole system is built on scamming. So it's never going to teach you any decent ways. It's never going to teach you any decent ways to survive, any decent ways to thrive, any honest ways to thrive. Everything is a funnel that's siphoning the wealth upwards. There's no lateral empowerment. That's not a thing. You and I both know that anyone that you see who's trying to teach you how to get rich quick is just trying to get rich quick off of you, because that's all part of the whole maladjusted mentality of dog eat dog. It's that predatory system, and that predatory system is never going to teach you how to get along with people. That predatory system is never going to teach you how to cooperate with people, how to achieve mutual upliftment between people. It's always going to be extractive. It's always going to be predatory. It's always going to be exploitative. It's that whole so-called civilization that has a pillage mentality, a plunder mentality, a theft mentality, a slaver mentality. You have to break that mindset. There's no shame in being poor. Certainly not in that country. There's no shame in being working class in that country. If you find yourself mocking people who are struggling to survive financially, well, you're nothing but a sycophant for the system that is making them have to struggle, that's making them suffer. You know, I see people online using this word brokies, like an insult, brokies, meaning basically that if you're a brokey, then that means that you are from approximately the 85% of all the American population who do not have a six-figure income. In other words, you're like everybody else. Using the same language and having the same mentality of your class oppressors, and using that language and that mentality against each other, why, it's sick. If you're broke, it's because your economic system is designed to break you. Look at the language that they use. Get ahead. That's what you're struggling to do, right? You're struggling to get ahead. Get ahead of who? Get ahead of everyone else who's struggling just like you? You see how they pit you against each other? Wallahi, as long as they've got you like this, as long as you act like this, as long as you think like this, you're never going to do anything but get devoured by the people who are making you think like this. That's why I keep saying you need to build sufficiency. That's the opposite of isolation. They've got you in isolation. But I'm talking about both individual and collective sufficiency, functional autonomy. This is your only chance. This is your only option. So yes, average American people will ask me. I get these comments, like I started to say. People who do not have the option to get out of that society. It's not feasible, it's not viable for them. And the answer is this. Or anyway, part of the answer is this: community sovereignty. You need to work on community sovereignty, community autonomy. I told you before. Look at how the system trains you to be. Okay? Look at how they train you to be, and train yourself to be the opposite. So they trained you to be isolated. They trained you to compete. They trained you to see your fellow citizens as rivals, or as potential resources that you can scam and that you can exploit. So you need to train yourself to build connections, to cooperate, to share, and to uplift one another. These aren't just platitudes. I know it sounds like platitudes, but I'm talking about practical realities. I'm talking about lifestyles. I'm talking about choices. I'm talking about ways of doing things. You're being trained right now to accept scarcity, to be used to scarcity in a so-called land of abundance. Self-isolation in neighborhoods that are full of people who are going through the exact same thing that you are. Anxiety in a country, financial anxiety in a country that has the resources that could literally feed continents. You're not weak. You're just oblivious to your own power. But that innate power is buried under programming and indoctrination and ideologies, and you have to extricate yourself from all of that. Oh, for sure. There's some girl right now in